Hello, you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the top stories. 8 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. The National Union of Eritrean Women delegation participates at International Women's Conference. The global COVID-19 cases and death toll continue to rise. And regional powers back aid for Afghanistan as Russia hosts Taliban. The local news. We have an announcement from the Minister of Health. 8 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at testing centers in Asmara Central region. On the other hand, 3 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the Central region have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 6,694, while the number of deaths stands at 45. And the total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 6,788. Ministry of Health, Asmara, October 21st, 2021. Senior Eritrean women delegation led by Mr. Anscba, president of the National Union of Eritrean Women, participated at the 3rd International Women's Conference held in St. Petersburg, Russia, from October 13 to 15, under the theme Strengthening Global Alliance and Economic Development. At the conference, in which over 100 heads of women associations and organizations from African, Middle Eastern, European, and Asian countries took part, discussion was conducted on the role of women in developing societies and the world, improving the lives of women, enabling women to become beneficiaries of modern technology with a view to improve their economic status, strengthening contribution of women and investment and cooperation, as well as experience of countries and global organizations on issues of women. The Eritrean delegation on the sidelines of the conference held meetings with delegates of various countries and briefed them on the opportunities and challenges of the Eritrean women, as well as on the effort being exerted to empower the Eritrean women in education and technology. The International Women's Conference is being held every 3 years. In related news, Eritrea participated at the international conference organized by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Russian Federation that was held from October 12 to 15 under the theme Diplomatic Victory of Youth and Diplomats. The governor of the Anscba region, Ambassador Abdullah Musa, called on residents of Hagaz subzone to exercise judiciary use of the social services put in place in their area. Ambassador Abdullah made the comment during the tour of inspection conducted on October 17 in schools, health facilities, and water supply projects in Shebak, at the Arei, Ashera, and at the Omer administrative area, Hagaz subzone, reminding residents to reinforce contribution in addressing the challenges encountered by the social service provision institutions. Ambassador Abdullah called on all stakeholders to create educational opportunities and send their children to school. Residents called for the facilitation of the construction of the dam in Dembe Aditsagai, as well as renovation of Sitel water supply project. The governor of the Anscba region, Ambassador Abdullah Musa, finally called on the residents to protect the social service provision put in place in the area for their sustainability. Nationals residing in Germany have contributed over €52,000 aimed at augmenting the Martyrs Trust Fund, as well as supporting families of martyrs. According to reports from the Embassy of Eritrea in Germany, the Community and National Union of Eritrea Women branch in Gießen contributed €600, National Committee in Munich €6,600, Eritrean Community in Reutlingen and its environs €1,200, Sports Group Adal Kolhata and the city of Istinglingen, Stuttgart €1,220, Gießen City Handai Cultural Group €1,200, Eritrean Community in Siegen City €1,080, euro, and nationals residing in Berlin contributed 3,000 euro in support of families of the martyrs. Furthermore, a number of nationals residing in Germany and a national from Austria contributed a total of 5,047 euro. In related news, National Committee in Mannheim and its environs contributed 3,130 euro. National Committee in Wuppertal 2,500 euro. Freds and Art Children 325 euro. Eritrean Community in Wiesbaden 1,260 euro. Association of Eritreans in Tübingen 2,800 euro. Nationals residing in Austria 1,860 euro. Nationals residing in Hamburg and its environs 1,530 euro. And nationals residing in Kassel and its environs 1,048 euro. Nationals residing in Cologne and its environs 5,396 euro. Nationals residing in Frankfurt and its environs 7,000 euro. Nationals residing in Offenbach 1,555 euro. PFDJ members in Frankfurt 1,000 euro, as well as Martyrs group in Belfield as its environs contributed 455 euro for the same cause. And now back with international news. After a short break. Welcome back. The global COVID-19 cases have exceeded 243 million, with the death toll hitting 4.9 million as of today. This according to the world meters. And the total number of recovered patients globally exceeded 220 million. As intensified fight, a total of 6.3 billion vaccine doses had been administered across the world as of today, according to the dashboard. The confirmed COVID-19 case in the United States topped 46.1 million as of today, with a death toll nearing 752,000, according to Johns Hopkins University. In India, more than 15,000 people have tested positive for the COVID-19 in the last 24 hours, bringing its total COVID-19 case to more than 34.1 million. This according to official figures released today. UK confirmed a total of more than 52,000 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours alone. This brings the total COVID-19 case in the country to more than 8.6 million. This according to the official Monitoring and Response Center. Ten regional powers joined Taliban in calling for a UN donor conference for Afghanistan after a meeting in Russia. Afghanistan's new Taliban ruler won backing from 10 regional powers at talks in Moscow for the idea of a United Nations donor conference to help the country stave off economic collapse and a humanitarian catastrophe. Yesterday, Russia, China, Pakistan, India, Iran, and formerly Soviet Central Asian states Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan joined the Taliban in calling for the UN to convene such a conference as soon as possible to help rebuild the country. They said it should take place with the understanding of the main burden should be borne by the forces whose military contingents have been present in the country over the past 20 years. Washington chose not to attend the talks, citing technical reasons, but has said it may join future rounds. More than 150 people have died in several days of significant flooding and devastating landslides that have swept away roads and houses in India and Nepal, officials said, with dozens more missing. Several days of significant flooding and devastating landslides sweep away roads and houses in the two nations. In Uttarakhand state in northern India, officials said 46 people had died in recent days, with 11 others missing. In Kerala in the south, Chief Minister Priya Vinjay said the death toll had hit 39 there. At least 30 of those in Uttarakhand were killed in 7 separate incidents in the Nitian region last Tuesday after clouds burst triggered a series of landslides and destroyed several structures. Britain and New Zealand have reached agreement today in principle of a new free trade designed to reduce tariffs and improve services trade, this according to officials. Prime Ministers Boris Johnson and Jacinda Ardern sealed the deal in a Zoom call after 16 months of negotiations. Ardern said that the deal serves New Zealand's economic and exporters well as it reconnects, rebuild, and recover from COVID-19, and that the deal was the country's best ever. New Zealand said the deal would provide a boost of almost $1 billion to its GDP. It is the South Pacific nation's second deal this year after sealing of an upgraded trade pact with its biggest trade partner, China, in January. Now, a reminder of the top stories. Eight patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. The National Union of Eritrean Women delegation participates at International Women's Conference. The global COVID-19 case and death toll continued to rise. And regional powers back aid for Afghanistan as Russia hosts Taliban. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.